Alright guys, we're out here today on Miss Charlita Holmes, Miss Charlie Holmes, out on her roof, doing an attempt to repair video. See the 3X's, that's the shingles we're going to take, or the shingle we are going to take out. These are what's going to be manipulated in the process in order to get those nails out, to get that shingle out. You can see we got our control area, and I'm standing in our work area. We have photos of those that we're going to be attaching to this, but first we're going to go ahead and make an attempt to remove this shingle. We're going to follow Certainty's guidelines where we go under the shingle, lift only necessary, and then we're going to pry up the nail, pull out, push down on the shingle, and lift the nail out to remove that nail. But first we're going to break these seals, make sure everything's good to go there. Very gently. As you can tell, there's some granule loss on it already. My numbers are disappearing. That was over here. I think that's all we need right there. Alright, so now we're going to attempt to remove the shingle. Lifting only as necessary. Push down, remove that nail. Oh, that's a pull through right there. I'll take photos of that. That one almost pulled through. What do we have here? Yep, that was a pull through right there. So, seem to be doing pretty good. That was a pull through. Alright, we got the shingle removed here. As you can tell, there's pull throughs right here. Get it for the camera to see. That one pulled through, these pulled through, but I'll get some pictures of that. So now, I'm going to put this other shingle in. Put it on the pipe right there. First, I'm going to get this nail out. As you can tell, I'm not going to use my hand. Our control area, there's hardly any granule loss right here. But here, you can see it raking down over the top of what I've done just from that little bit. You can see some of my numbers here disappearing already due to granule loss from manipulation. It's like there's a little crease starting right there. Just from, yep, right there. Just from lifting that shingle. So let's go ahead and put this one in there. And here at the end, I'm going to take some photos for you. All right, now putting this back in, definitely going to take some photos of this, but there's a necessary angle I have to have in order to get this in straight. That is the angle we're going to use because we want to make sure this is put back in correctly. So, same here, necessary height to get that in. get this in here. Slit right here, just standing on it. The granules going everywhere. I'll just show that in a minute too. Alright, again, I'm going to raise what's necessary to get this put in here. As you can see, my numbers once again are coming off. You can probably see the granules in the video. Very manipulated. Can't go back in that hole right there. So we're going next to it. There's another pull through there, can't go in that. Gotta go next to it. Another pull through hole there. Go next to it and hit that very end. As you notice, I'm not nailing in the tour line. That's where the shingle has to adhere. This is a little tight here, but I gotta lift it in order to get that in. Okay. So now, once again, control area, no granules. If you look here, you see that crease, granule loss, rolling down. If you look at our control area here, granule loss from where I'm standing. Look at all that. Ton of granule loss. So I'm gonna get this focused back over here. So let me get my chalk out. And I'm gonna notate this. You have a crease here, that's a fail. Crease there, that's a fail. Is that a crease? No. A little bit. You have the pull-throughs underneath the shingle here. Those need to be noted. So I'm going to count this as a failed attempt due to excessive granule loss, pull-through damaging of the shingles here. You guys can see that, and we'll get photos of that. Those pull through. Those weren't touched. That does have creasing there. Look right here. You can see that crease in there, so that's another tab failed. But we're going to get documentation photos of that. This is a fail.